Hey guys, it's Cherry, and welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we are once again back in Create a Sim. It's been a little while since I've done a Create a Sim video, but today we're doing something a little bit different from my past videos, which were focused around color. Because today we're making a sim in all black and white. As in, I won't be able to see what colors I'm choosing. So you're gonna see me turn it to black and white now. Also, fun fact, I recorded this video with audio and forgot to press record on my mic, so we're doing it voiceover style. But here is what my computer looks like to just prove to you that I have a filter on this. I cannot see the colors I'm looking at. Waving my hand over so you know I didn't do some sort of fancy editing. Not that I would know how to do that anyways. But anyways, let's jump into it. Here we are with our sim, and we're obviously going to start by just making her basic appearance. And so I added skin details, started with my favorite skin blend, and then eyelashes and makeup. And also, I made sure to make her face a little bit different from the sim I started with, just so that she wasn't just the exact same sim again, so I just changed her features up slightly. I have so many different eye color CCs, so I went for this something along this top row because I know everything on that top row for the most part is some shade of black or brown. There's a few random cards in there, but I know for a fact that these eyes that I chose were some shade of black and brown somewhere along the lines. I didn't know what exact shade, but you know. And then I went for some pretty basic eyebrows. I was really scared of most of my eyebrows because I know a lot of them have very out of order swatches, like you can see on this one right here. I have no way of knowing if I'm choosing blonde, ginger, brown, I don't know. So I went with something that looked like the swatches were more aligned with regular EA swatches, like you can see here, where it goes like darker to lighter, and you know, I know that that's black and that's brown, so hopefully, in theory. Now we're going to switch over to doing her makeup, starting with eyelashes, of course. I went with these, which are some of my favorite right now from Obscurus. I use these on most of my sims unless I need something within a certain category. So if I know I specifically need rings or I specifically need glasses, I don't remember which one these conflict with. So if I don't need something in one of those conflicting categories, chances are I'm using these lashes because they're just so pretty. And then eyeliner, most eyeliners first swatches are black, which you know, helps a lot here. Obviously I used one from chxrryrxd because literally look at this, I have so many from them. Love their makeup through and through. And yeah, just chose a basic, what I assume is going to be a basic black wing at least, and go to blush. I chose my favorite blush in a swatch that I know is very neutral, but lowered the opacity because I know it's pretty in your face otherwise. Love this blush so much. Lipstick, I was a little bit scared for this part. I wanted to use one of these here, but I know that these have some very colorful swatches, not super colorful, but also some that are more close to a nude lip color, so I didn't want to risk that and give her concealer lips. But I chose this one here from chxrryrxd because you'll see Celeste, this one, because I know that there's a lot of good swatches within those bottom two rows. I'm choosing what I believe is going to be a reddish tone, and then we're going to throw on a lip liner with that, and I believe that somewhere along these top two rows is the red tone lip liner. I'm going to go with the top row's darkest one and then just lower the opacity. Not 100% sure if that was the right color, but you know, I'm guessing that I'm gone for a red lip here. And I never do eyeshadow unless it's very specific circumstances, and I wish I would have here based on the final look, but it's alright. I still think she turned out cute. And then hair, oh gosh, it took me so long to choose a hair, and I had just downloaded a bunch of new ones, so we are going to be going with a hair that I know for a fact I have not used yet, which you will see now. I really like this hair. I think it's so cute, and I just downloaded it, haven't used it yet, but I love the shape of this hair. I think it's so cute. And then I was sitting here what kind of vibe do I even go for with this outfit? But like I said, I just downloaded so much new CC. I spent an entire Saturday just downloading new CC and organizing my folders, which is still not fully organized, by the way. But you can see here, I have an insane amount of CC clothing. It's genuinely ridiculous, and I've probably never used most of these items, but it's okay, it's okay. I started with the striped top, just clicking on one randomly, but we do actually revisit the striped top. I'm gonna scroll aimlessly through these for a while, then I switch gears. I'm let me go through pants. And at first I was maybe I can go for jeans, but jeans is such a cheap out route with this, because I know most of my jeans, the basic swatches are just gonna be denim. And then I'm what if I go for a fun patterned skirt? but I did not stick with that idea. What you do see me using is something that I just recently downloaded, once again, which I think this was also a fun way for me to branch out and use things in my CC folder that I don't really use ever. And here we are getting to those overalls that I was talking about. They're so cute, right? And I know for a fact that the first swatch is a denim shade, so I went somewhere kind of just along the middle of the swatches. It looked kind of like a medium tone, not too dark, not too light, because I was pretty sure there was like a pink and a purple kind of thing in here, so I was like, maybe I'll get one of those fun colors if I go a little bit farther down the list. So I ended up going that direction, and then back to shirts. In my mind, I was like, I want like a tight like turtleneck, long sleeve kind of vibe, so it fits underneath the overalls without clipping too badly or anything. And originally I clicked on this plain black long sleeve turtleneck, and then I'm like, no, I want to do something a little bit more fun. Let me find that stripy sweater again. So I'm clicking here, looking for it, and eventually I spot it. There she is. And I'm like, I know this has a lot of like neutrals and like darker tones, so I went for this one. Not this one specifically. I went for one that like looked like it had a fun texture, that top right swatch right there, because I'm like, that looks fun, and even in black and white it like stands out a little bit more. Like this kind of blends in, but this stands out to your eyes, right? So I'm like, maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be a good color. And then I'm like, let's just go for some basic sneakers. I did aim for a colorful sneaker though, like I didn't want to just try to get white or try to get black. I purposefully chose some of my favorite shoes. I guess they're Converse. I don't really use the specific pair as much as some of the other ones, but I went for the swatch that I believe to be pink, because I'm like, let's try and aim to make this outfit kind of fun and colorful, like kind of like preschool teacher vibes here, you know? So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is pink, a pink swatch of these shoes. So we'll see on that. And then we're gonna go ahead, add some nails. I have lots and lots of CC nails, but I know a lot of them kind of struggle with clipping and like texture, like overlap. So I went for a pair of these French tips, and I really debated on this for a long time, but I went with these French tips, and I just kind of chose a random swatch. I was just like, I just like picked whichever one, and honestly, I think that no matter what color we really got here, it would have worked with the final outcome, because the final outcome was actually like, I was really happy with it, which you will see very soon. And you can see there's some of that clipping I talked about if you look in the mirror on the left. But yes, back to these basic French tips. But then I'm looking at this and I'm like, actually, no, let's go full bold, choose a solid color one. Not that that's like super out there, but it does add a little bit more of a pop of color. So again, I just scroll down, choose a random one, and I call it good. Now moving on to accessories, we've already established we're going for something fun, bold, colorful, playful, kind of like childlike in energy. So I'm looking for earrings that kind of match that vibe, and I click these flower ones first, and I'm like, those are cute. Then I'm like, how about butterfly wings? And then I'm like, let me keep looking though. And then I scroll up a little bit farther, boom, flower earrings. I have a pair like this I wore to work the other day. I'm a preschool teacher, so I'm like, this is perfect. I would wear this outfit to work personally. So we went with that because I'm like, these match the flowers on the pants. Like, that's so cute. And then I wanted to give her glasses, but eyelashes were clipping, and I did not want to change the eyelashes because I love these ones. Then I'm like, let's see what kind of other thing we can give her. Maybe like a hair clip or some headphones. Unfortunately, the headphones do clip because of like the shape of her hair. And like usually like clipping with hair, I don't mind too much, but because like it's like a pulled back hairstyle where it's like clean in the front and then it's like two on the side, you could see exactly where the clipping was. Like you can see here, you can see exactly which part of her head is clipping into, where versus like a hair that's like tall all around, you can kind of like get away with that a little bit more. So instead I went for a bag. I went for a Labubu bag. Yep, I've avoided using them to this point, but I'm like, I just think it honestly works. And usually I think the swatches on these, the Labubu is a different color than the bag itself. So I'm like, that gives us some more opportunity for like a little bit of a crazy coloration here. In theory. And then the final thing I went ahead and did was try to throw something else on in the accessories category, because I'm like, without colors on my screen right now, it's like, it just feels like it's lacking something. So I thought maybe if I throw a facial piercing on there, it'll tie it together. And honestly, I really think it did. Like, I think this looks really cute on her. I love a good septum piercing. So now we're getting ready for the big reveal. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here is the big reveal. I think she turned out so cute, and honestly, the colors like really worked quite well together. I did not expect the shirt to be pink. And the bag and the earrings match, which is really fun. I also thought I was going for a red lipstick, but it's more like magenta, which even works because it like perfectly matches that stripe on the shirt. And then I was right about the lip liner being kind of like a reddish, but it's like a red pink, so it like, you know, still works. Again, very colorful. Like, I am so pleased with this because I did not think it was going to go very well or be very cohesive. And I did in fact get the correct swatch on the shoes. Here's me showing the like super colorful ones, like there's the pink and the purple on those pants. I really like the swatch we got though, and I got the pink Converse. Applause for me because it matches literally everything else. Somehow I got some matching colors in here. I'm very surprised, but you will see the nails are yellow, but I think that turned out pretty cute, honestly, because it matches the smiley face, so I don't even mind. Here she is. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've ever tried this challenge, let me know how it went. If you would like to see me do this challenge again, let me know. Alright, love you guys. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.